Hi guys. Jesus poured out over me again revelations on his Maseroth and with his time clock and the months start and ends. And it started with Cassie calling me this morning. She explained how she was watching Brother Dana, his new video, and how he mentions 1227 being an anchor for the ark. And then she tells me that between December 27th and May 22nd is 147 days, and that 147 Jesus has been showing Cassie and I for a while now. That 147 is the menorah, and it just so happens that the so in the 147 days, the middle date is March 10th of this year, which is the day that Jesus confirmed was Passover, first Passover, the true first Passover on his calendar. So then Jesus led me after that to search the patterns between the hours and the months again for with the start of the hour and the start of the month and the end of the hour and the end of the month on his true calendar, just for the first three months and hours last year 2023 and this year 2024. And and then he had me do and then that led me to go back to what he showed me of what I shared before April 23rd, my last video. By the way, Jesus said this is my final video right now. It led me back to Jesus clock confirming that it's my last video. It led me back to what he showed me last month with November, the start of the third hour, ninth month on his Maseroth, and what he showed me of how literally the dates of the time is like perfection and proving the 311 resurrection, his spirit rising on the cross when he died on the cross, and then 311 his resurrection in the tomb. And wow, I've been recording for 3 minutes and 11 seconds when I said that. Crazy. So then yeah, so let me just show you guys. Okay, sorry for my messy handwriting and using paper that my daughter cut and drew on. So for this is for 2023. The start of the hour was the first hour. I'm sorry. The first hour is the 7 a.m. So the start of that hour was March 12th of 23, and then the end was April 19th, and then the start of the first month last year was, sorry, I'm shaking, April 6th of 23, and the end was May 5th of 2023. So then I did it for the second hour, and that was 4:19 to 5:15, and then the month was 5/6 to 6/3. The third month and ninth hour was 5:15 actually. That was in the ninth hour. It started last year, was 5:15 of 23, and you guys, hold on. Okay, yeah, I was correct. Okay, so 5:15 was when he gave us that, what we thought was the 7-day warning, right, to get on the ark, which was May 22nd last year, which is also 17th day of the second month, which is literally when Noah got on the ark. That was last year. So anyways, the start of the ninth hour last year was 5:15 of 23. The end of the ninth hour was 6:21 of 23. Now, the start of the third month was June 4th of 23, and the end of the third month last year was 7/3 of 23. Sorry. Okay. Now, so then I did for this year, the first hour, 7 a.m., because he showed me the day and night is 12 hours in a day, 12 hours in a night, instead of doing it like military or whatever, and that 6 is the final, like 6 o'clock, either a.m. or p.m. is the final hour of the day or the night, and 7 is the first, okay, because 1 and 7 always mirror with our God. Okay, so anyways, last year the first hour started March 12th of 24. I'm sorry, this year. It ended April 19th of 24, so it was actually the same as last year. Now the first month, though, it started on Mandy's birthday this year, 3/26 of 24, and it ended on the Key of David date from last month, my video, 4/23 of 24. Okay, and then The second hour started 4:19 of 24 and ended 5:14 of 24. And the second month started 4:24 of 24 and ended 5:23 of 24. I mean, it ends 5:23 of 24. We're not there yet. Okay, so now, hold on. That was first, second. Okay, this is third. So the third, so I said the third month, or no, hour, sorry, it started on 5:14 of 24 this year. It ends on 6:21 of 24 this year. Don't get scared by that. Okay, and the third month it starts on 5:24 of 24 and it ends on 6:21 of 24. You guys, Jesus has had me go through and find the hour start and month start for many months of last year and this year. And there has never been like an hour starting on the same date as the month, nor has there been a hour ending on the same date as the month. So this is very significant because the hour ended on 6:21 or ends on 6:21 and the month ends on the same day. Okay. So what's crazy about that is 6:21 is 12:6, right? Right to left, the Hebrew way of reading. So now I went back through the first three hours and 3 months, and I wanted to find the differences. So the start the start of the hour, this is last year, the first hour to the first month, the start of the first month is 25 days, okay? And then the end of the first hour last year to the end of the first month last year is 16 days apart. So 25 days apart, 16 days apart. Now, the total days for the first hour of 2023 was 38 days. The total days of the first month last year was 29 days. So if you subtract 29 from 38, you get 9. Now, remember I said that between the start of the hour and the start of the month, there's 25 days, and between the start or the end of the hour and the end of the month, there's 16 days difference. So now, if you take 25 and subtract the 16 days, you again get 9. So that's his perfection. Okay, so then the second month is between the hour and the month start is 17 days. The end of the hour and the end of the month is 19 days. And the count of days in his second hour last year was 26 days. And the count of days in his month last year was 28 days. And so obviously the difference between 28 and 26 is 2. And the difference between 17 and 19 is also 2. So there's that perfection again. The third hour was between the hour start and the month start, is 20 days. Between the hour end and the month end is 12 days. And the third hour was 37 days long, and the third month was 29 days long. Okay, so 37 minus 29 is 8, and 20 minus 12 is also 8. So there's that perfection again. Now, this is cool. So this year, the start of the hour to the start of the month, the first hour and month was 14-day difference. The end of the hour and the end of the month was 4-day difference. The difference between those is 10. The count of days in the hour is 38, and the count of days in the month was 28. That's again difference of 10. The second month, I'm just gonna speed this up a little. The difference between both the count of days of the hour and the month is 4, and the difference between the start and the ends, the difference is also again 4. So that's 10-4 that he's been showing us, that he's been making significant, right? 10-4. Humble Seeker gets 10-4 all the time. We get 10-4 all the time. He made it, he revealed it to us as like the atonement as well. And I think he showed Cassie and Mandy today also that 10-4 is 9/11 as well, which is crazy. Okay, so now the next one, that's the month that we're in now, the hour that we're in now. There's 10 days apart and 10 days apart again, but but this is when I realized the end of the hour and the end of the month is 6/21, the same day, which is crazy. 6/21, 12/6 supper, and then it got more detail with the actual like time that the change happens. So like I said, his ninth hour started on May 14th this year and this month, excuse me. And that was at 4:26 and 24 seconds, which is crazy because that's 4:8:24, like the eclipse was. Now let's see. The month start is 5:23, that's the third month start. So there's quite the gap there. That's 9 days, right? And then the time was 11:59 and 22 seconds, which is 2522, or it's 722 or 74, which is also significant because Jesus' birthday on Gregorian last year was July 4th. Now, the ninth hour end, both of them, the month and the hour ends on 621, right? So the time that the hour ends is 11:58 and 37 seconds. That's also 727, like you can convert it. The month ended or ends at 18:59 and 55 seconds. So the difference between the end of the hour and the end of the month is 7 hours, 1 minute, and 18 seconds. Or it's 421, which we've been getting, minutes, sorry, total, which we've been getting that a lot too, 124, 421. But 7 hours, 1 minute, and 18 seconds can also be 728, or 818, which we've been seeing a lot. It's also 89 or 17 victory. Okay, so now this is when he had me go back to November and find, I don't know if you remember if you saw my video last month, or I believe it was 2 videos actually. Scorpio, so the hour started in Scorpio on 11:24, which is also 2/6, like 2/6 battle ready. And the time was 00:53 and 34 seconds. 53 is also very significant. It's been showing us since May last year. 34 is also 43 right to left, like 43rd day. Now, Scorpio was from 11:24 to 11:30. There's that 3:11, which is significant and marking like a mirror of his resurrection on the cross when he gave up the ghost. And that time, the time that Scorpio ends on 11:30 is 13:13:58, which is also 444, or 13:13:13. And now Ophiuchus started on 11:30 as well. Ophiuchus, it represents, so in Jesus, and Jesus himself could tread on the scorpions, right, and not be harmed. And Ophiuchus is the victor that is representing Jesus. He's holding the snake because he has victory over the snake, right, the serpent. And so Ophiuchus started at 13:59 on 11:30, and it ends, the hour itself ends ended 12:18, which is also 12:9, Mandy and G's teleportation, and I believe I had a teleportation dream that day as well. And the time that it ends is 20:40, 44 seconds. Okay, so the time of Scorpio is 6 days and 12 hours. There's your 12/6 supper, and it was 11:30. This was the day that Jesus invited the bride to the supper. Okay, so that's very significant. And then it's 6 days, 12 hours, 20 minutes, and 24 seconds. That's literally 6, 12, 20, 24. So it's like marking this year, but also 6-3 is significant, 3-6, and 7-2 or 27. 27 is the key. That was one of the keys he said. And that's also, if you don't use the 0 for natural sum, it's 4-4, which is chosen fishhook. And that's also that also, if you add these all up, it can be 11-6, which is 2-6 battle ready. Anyways, I'm trying to fit as much as I can in. So the time of Ophiuchus, the victor in this hour, this third hour, was 18 days. That's significant. 18 farewell videos, right? Also, right to left, 81 days is all Jesus required. That was something he marked with Mandy and G. And it's 18 days, 7 hours, 26 minutes, you guys. That's literally 726 harpazo. But also, if you take 1 plus 8, that's 9, and then add 9 plus 7, that's 16, which is 7 again, because 1 plus 6 is 7. So it's still 726. And then 45. 45 is, also, I forgot to say, when Cassie was talking about Brother Dana and 1227 being the anchor of the ark, I looked up anchor in Strong's, because I know I have seen it many times. And anchor is 45. And May 22nd is also 4-5, right to left, just saying. And it's like 9, so 18 is 9, right? 9th hour, 726 harpazo on 4-5-4, May 22. I don't know. Sharing for encouragement, guys, because Jesus, I'm being obedient, and he called me to encourage while we watch and wait. So now the total of the hour is 24 days, 19 hours, and 47 minutes, which that is significant because 1 plus 9 is 10, but we don't use the 0 in natural number sum. So that's 147. There's the menorah, right? And then earlier Cassie said that from 1227 to May 22nd is that 147 menorah count of days, and then it's 10 seconds. Let's see. Okay, so now I wanted to see with May, the month and the hour that we are in. So it flips because November, December was the 3rd hour but 9th month, and May, it's the 9th hour but 3rd month. Okay, so Scorpio is okay. So how we find Scorpio and Ophiuchus for this month, since it's flipped, is it's the full moon. It's the start of the month. Okay, so Scorpio the full moon, the flower moon, is in Scorpio for a total of 1 day, 3 hours and 16 minutes. 3:16 right there, that's been shown to a lot of us. 4:16 as well, and 6:14 right to left is what Jesus titled Mandy's message, the final letter or whatever, or the end. I think he mentions the end, like this is the end or something there. So now, this is also significant. It's 16 minutes and 37 seconds. 16, that's 737, which is connected to Cassie's birth time is 737, which means a meal allowance. So like the supper meal allowance for the bride. And then it's also connected to Andrew, Project 373. He has shown a lot with that as well and received a lot from Jesus as well on that. So Ophiuchus, the time that the full flower moon is in Ophiuchus is 21 hours, 54 minutes and 19 seconds. So there's 21 jump. And then 54, which is significant. That's also 154, which is a lot of us have gotten in our lives and stuff, and 54. And right to left, that's 45, the anchor again, and then 21 jump. That's also 2-1 is 354, which is significant. I'll share why with the meaning soon. So then 19 seconds, we've also been getting 19 a lot. That's also 3, and then 5, and then 4 plus 1 is 5, plus 9 is 14, right? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah. 14. So that's 5 still. So that's 3, 5, 5. And that's 310, which is significant because that was the middle. Remember between what Brother Dana says, the anchor 1227 to 522, the middle of the menorah 147 is first Passover that he confirmed for us, which was 310. So that's literally like confirming that. The total of the moon being in Scorpio and Ophiuchus, the full moon, the start of his 3rd month, is 2 days, 1 hour. Excuse me, 2 days, 1 hour, 10 minutes, and 57 seconds. So that's 2, 2, 5, and then 7 is the key. That's also 12, 12, 2, 2, which we've been getting that, 21, 2, 2. That's also 4, 12, or 2, 14, which is significant. And so then Jesus had me take the total of May's hour of Scorpio and Ophiuchus time, right, which is 24 days, 19 hours, 47 minutes, and 10 seconds, and add it to the total of the month start, the 3rd month start, which is 2 days, 1 hour, 10 minutes, and 57 seconds. And what I got was 26 days, which 26 battle ready for the 144 and the bride, and then 11-7. He just gave us 11-7 again, or 7-11, and he had Mandy reshare her 7-11 messages, I believe, recently. And that's also 2, hold on, that's also 8-7 or 7-8, which is significant. That's also 26 battle ready, and 2-7 is the key. Okay, I'm trying not to make this video too long, but I had to move to the couch so I could charge. Okay, so I went through and I got the time, like the time of Scorpio in May and the time of Ophiuchus. So Scorpio is 1 day, 3 hours, 16 minutes, and 37 seconds. Like I said, that's a 316, which is significant. Mandy has gotten a lot. We all have. That's also 4-7, which is Jesus's birthday. 7-4 on Gregorian last year, July 4th. And then that's also 737, Cassie's birth time, like I said, and connecting to Project 373. Now that 1 and 3 is 4, right? And then 1 and 6 is 7, and then 3, 7, 4, 7, 3, 7 means to crown. It also means victor, like victory, or to adorn, like Jesus says he will do for his bride. Now Ophiuchus is 21 hours, 54 minutes, which that is 219, and that was Mandy's, one of her rapture dreams was on 219, but that's also 912 right to left, and he gave us the 3, 4, 5, 9, 12. That's also 354, which means a taking up. He's woken me up at that time a lot. And then 19, I think it means beloved or well-doing. So like those who are walking in Christ. And then it can also be 3919. 3919 means to introduce or bring in secretly. And he said something about that with the supper as a prophecy. And then that can also be 310, which is confirming the middle date of the 147 menorah day count of days between 1227, the anchor, to 522. Scorpio, again, that was in November. Okay, so this is for November 23. 6 days, 12 hours, that's the 12-6 supper, as I mentioned already, and then 20 minutes and 24 seconds, that's 26 battle ready. So 12-6 supper for the bride and 26 battle ready. Then Ophiuchus, 18 days, 7 hours, 26 minutes, 45 seconds, that's harpazo, like I said, and that's also 26, okay, so the total of that is 26 days, 20 hours, 11 minutes, and 7 seconds. That is 2-6 battle ready, and and then 2 in the middle, and then 27 is the key. That's also 2 6 2 6 2 1, because you don't use the 0, right? And 2 6 2 1 means reclining at a table, so that's literally confirming supper. And then what's left is 17, victory, and then total Scorpio, 7 days, 15 hours, 37 minutes, and 1 second. That is 7 6 3 7 plus 1 is 3 8, and 7 6 3 8 is a net, you guys. That is literally the net, like the fishing net. Remember, he asked, like, who the repenters will be swimming into the net, how long will it take for the net to be pulled up, and all of that. And just so happens, I shared on my community page recently, but my birthday, 6/1, June 1st, is the 153rd day of the year, because it's a leap year. It's normally not the 153rd, but the 152nd. And so the 153rd day, I was saying it's possible and seems encouraging that the repenters maybe go up, if the bride goes up on 5/22 or 5/23 for New Zealand, then the repenters would go up 10 days later on June 1st and June 2nd. And Jesus told Mandy, I think he said, I'm coming no later than June 2nd. So that's significant. Or maybe he said, I'm picking you up no later than June 2nd. Now, Ophiuchus, 19 days. This is the total between, I think, May and November. 19 days, 5 hours. 195 means confirmation, but it also 591, I think, means love. I just remembered that right now, but 5 hours and 21 minutes. That's 512 starts the end, but it's only the beginning, and also that can be 2:15, and then 42 seconds. That's like 42, the 42 months of Great Tribulation, or I always forget, is it weeks or months? I'm tired. Sorry, it's late, guys. Okay, so 512 and 2:15. I just said that. No. Oh yeah. So I got like the 12:26. This is the end of the 9th month, and it ended at 16:45 and 27 seconds. And then 12:27. What Brother Dana called the anchor day would be day 1 of the 10th month. And that day 1 starts at 16:45 and 28 seconds. 12:18 is the end of the 3rd hour that for this past December, and it ended at 20:40:54. So 20:40:55 is when it would switch to the 4th hour, and then like I said, the 27th will be the 10th month. So then between the starts of sorry, but I think it's between the starts of those new month and new hour is 9 days, 1 second. Oh, also, Ophiuchus, that total time is also equal to 1 plus 9 is 1, because we don't use a 0, not 10, right? And then plus 5 is 6, and then 2, and then 1 plus 4 and 2, that's 7. So that's 627, or right to left Hebrew way, 726 harpazo. 627 was Mandy and G's marriage, and 726 is obviously harpazo, but 627 also is a form of harpazo. It means to collect. I think it's like to collect the first fruits or something like that. So then I was looking at 523. The start of the new month, this month, is 523 at 11:59 and 22 seconds. The time can equal 7:22 or 7:4, like I said, or 4:7. So it's a mirror of Jesus' birthday. And then 524 at 15:58 is when Scorpio ends. The moon is no longer in Scorpio, but in Ophiuchus at the 59 second. And so that with that, I was able to get also 410 or 10:4 atonement. And so what I just told you guys on that last page about the time is interesting, because it can also be it can also be not only 722 and 74, but 911, which is significant. We're always getting that. I think the whole bride is. And then I did it for Ophiuchus, 15:15, or sorry, 15:58 seconds is when Scorpio ends. And 59 is when Ophiuchus begins. But for Scorpio end, that could be 12:4. It could be, which we've gotten a lot. It could be 6613 or 664, which I've been seeing. And let's see, 214, 313, and also 43 for 43rd day mirror. It could also be 828 or 7108 or 718, which is also significant. And then I was playing around with the dates. So 523 is equal to 55, right? 524 is equal to 56. It's also equal to 74 again. So that's like confirming a time frame, right? And the start of the hour was this month was 5:14 at 4:26:24. I know that's like the beast number, but not the beast number at the same time. It could just be converted to that. But that's kind of connecting to the what he showed me, what I thought was the key of David day of 423 was the key of David, but the next day was 424 of 2024, which can also equal the beast number. Anyways, but so 12, this can equal 12:6. It can equal 18 farewell. It can equal 4:10:10:4, which is very significant again. And then what's interesting is 5:14 can be 5:5, just like that's the start of the hour, and just like 5:23 can be 5:5. That's the start of the new month, the third month, ninth hour, third month. Now, this is the November 24 when the Scorpio started so the hour started 11:24 in Scorpio, but the month started on 11:26, which is interesting as well. So, sorry, 11:24 can be 224 or 44, and then 11:26 can be 226, which is very significant as well, or 622. But the time between, so I did the exact times that the hour started and that the month started, and the time between them was 2 days, 16 hours, 38 minutes, and 58 seconds. That is 2:16. I think I could be wrong, but I think that's when Jesus gave Mandy the prophecy that 2:16 the contractions had started, like for the Revelation 12 woman and Great Tribulation coming or whatever last year. And then that's also 2:7. 27 is key. That's also 6th day of the 12th month. It could be right to left, the Hebrew way, and then 38 minutes and 58 seconds. That's 11 and 13, so that's 3:11 plus 1 or whatever. There's so many confirmations throughout it all. 2:16, 11, 13. That can also be 2:76, which was significant for I can't remember what Jess shared and what I shared in December regarding 12:6 supper and stuff. Never mind, I'm getting confused. The 62 sevens, but I think 2:76 was like mole or something, or mole. I don't know, connecting to the what Jesus prophesied with G. So anyways, that can also be 3:12 or 33, Jesus's age and my age, hopefully when raptured. My birthday again is 6/1, so I'm hoping. I'm starting to lose my voice. Oh, he said that was one of the symptoms. Okay, so the times of the start of the hour and the start of the month was 12:53:34. That's 12:53 is significant. We've gotten it a lot. And that can also be 3:87 or 11:7. Again, significant. 7:11, 11:7. That's also a mirror of, Jesus said that 9, 11, and 7 all mirror each other. So it's 9:11 mirror. That also can be 3:15 or 3:6 or 27 is a key. And then the start of the month is 5. It was 5 hour, 32 minutes, and 32 seconds, which is funny because that's 555, which is rest, multiplied by 3. That's also grace multiplied, that's what it is. Rest is 15, I believe. I'm hoping that I'm making sense and not boring you guys, because it's really awesome confirmation. Okay, let's see. 12:18 to 12:6, I'm sorry, to 12:26. The time between is 7 days, 20 hours, 4 minutes, and 43 seconds. That's again 722 or 9:11 or 7:4. So it's like confirming this. It's confirming this. So that's the end of the the third hour and the 9th month. Okay, this is like the start of his third month and the start of his third month. So it's confirming each other. So that's really significant. Okay, sorry. I hope you can see the light. Or I hope I'm giving enough light in here. My living room doesn't have enough light. So the time for the start or the end of the hour was 8:40 and 44 seconds, which that is 12:08 or 8:48 or 38, 8:12 or 2:18, which is all significant as well if you've been following the whole 522 journey. 12:26 was the end of the 9th month, which was at 4:45 and 27 seconds. That's 427. That also could be 877 or 814 or 418 or 49 Jubilee. So that's all significant. Jesus keeps saying, don't forget about rejoice. Rejoice is 5463, which is very significant because like 5-4, that's 4-5, the anchor, right? And then this is also 3, 6, and 9, which is very significant to our Creator. And what was I going to say? So November and December was his third hour and 9th month, and 5 plus 4 is 9, right? And then right now we're in his 9th hour, which is 4 for April. It started, or sorry, it didn't start in April. Never mind. But that's also 18, farewell. And without the 6 here, that's 3, 4, 5. He gave us 3, 4, 5, 9, 12. The 3, 4, 5, 9, 12 is confirming all this that he showed me, with November being his 3rd hour, 9th month, November, December, and then with May being his 9th hour and 3rd month. Rejoice is also 3:15, which is in a lot that he just showed me for this week, or 5:13 or 5:4, the anchor again, which 5:22 is 5:4, or 4:5 is the anchor, right to left Hebrew way. No, I did the, sorry, I did the totals. I forgot to share this. I did the totals of the November, December hour and month. I'm sorry, just the hour, and it's equal to 25 days, 4 hours, 47 minutes, and 10 seconds. That's 74471 or 1111 That's also 221, which is 41, which could be 410 or 10:4, the atonement, and significant number. And he said mark the hour at 4:10 and 10:4 3 times in messages to us since January, I believe. And this also can convert to 7:16, which is 6:17. Our spirits went up, right? These are kind of unfinished, but I feel like he's trying to show me that the end of his 9th hour that we're in, and 3rd month, sorry, is actually, because he said his months are going in reverse too, right? So I think he's showing me that the end, 6/21, right, June 21st, is like the start. And so I feel like he's showing me 6/21 is equal to like 11/24 being the start of his 3rd hour. And then and then I was like, okay, so I said, I'm like 6:17 was when our spirits went up. So how many days between that and 6/21? And it's 4 days of Lazarus, or 4 is the door, right? So I added that in, and I'm like, oh, that's significant because of 11:24 and 11:30. So I feel like it's possible. I haven't asked him to confirm this part yet, but 6:17 could be equal to 11:30, because it was 3:11 when he gave up the ghost on the cross, and 6:17 last year, June 17th, he said that our spirits went up. So he was symbolizing this exact thing, right? So that's pretty awesome. And then I was thinking maybe 5:29 is 12:18, and then I was like, well, or then I subtracted the 4 days Lazarus, and it's 5:23, which is the start. And what I feel, I'm not saying it is, but what I feel is that 5:22 for America, or with the time zones. I'm not only naming 2 places, I mean for the world, but going off of the time zones. So 5:22, 5:22, May 22nd for America, possibly, because 1853 in Jerusalem is when the Jupiter groom and Venus bride kiss in the tree, like what I posted about recently. And that would be for New Zealand, that would be 5:23. So that's that. That's why that's significant. Okay, so I went through and played with the dates, numbers, to find the meanings in Strong's when I convert them. And I just did one conversion for each, but okay, so 523, that's like New Zealand, right? Possibly for the bride, is equal to 5, 2, 3, and 6, which means a throwing beyond or beyond measure. It means like basically success and being raised up. So for the bride. And then 522 of 24 can be 5226, which means to retire, withdraw. So many Bible verses. I'm so out of it and tired, but you've endured to the end, and the crown of victory for all who watched and loved his appearing, right? So that's what that reminds me of. And then 524 of 24 could be 566, which is, it is enough. That's crazy, you guys, because that's like another way of saying it is finished, and what he said when he gave up the ghost, right? So that could even mean that 524 is the mirror of November 30th of 311 when he gave up the ghost on the cross. 525 of 24 can be 5256, which means to pull away the ark with the bride in it, because they're already gone on these days. And then, I mean, I'm hoping that, right? 526 or 526 of 24 could be 5266, which means to go up, ascend, which is like, it's showing what just possibly happened on 522 and 523. And 527:24 is a vessel for wine. So when all this happened, right, on 522 and 523, we are given our new wineskins, our glorious bodies, the bride. And that also means pleasant and beauty, which is also glorious bodies. 528:24 can be 5286, which is a footstool. So that's significant because if the bride is gone on these two dates, I know I did them backwards, sorry. On those two dates, then it's kind of saying like the pre-wrath, the footstool, is going to have to endure what's coming, right? Because the earth is his footstool, made his footstool, because the line of Judah is going to take over. And 529 of 2024, I did the full date here. 5298 means to withdraw, retire again. Whoa, that scared me. Retire, withdraw. That's also, and then 530 of 24, 536 is first fruits, which that's significant because if the bride goes up on 522 and 23 evening to evening, then 10 days later for the repenters would be, like I said, my birthday, 6/1, which is the 153rd day of the year, which is 153, miraculous catch of fish. And that's like the repenters. He said the repenters will go in the net and then they'll be brought up in the whirlwind, right? Spiritual whirlwind. And then let's see. So 530:24, it could be 536, which is first fruit. And that's kind of like showing the second, I mean, I know it's first fruit, but it's confirming this time with 6/1. And they're, the repenters are repenting and making their offering. And 6/1 of 24 can be 6016, which is sheaf or omer, which again is like for the repenters. I'm thinking 6/1 of 2024, when you do the full date, is 6/18, which was the evening to evening, like the two dates was 6/17 and 6/18 when our spirits went up. So that's significant as well. And it means to receive in full. So if you're receiving, Jesus is receiving in full his repenters, hopefully maybe on that day, on my birthday, on the 153rd day, which is the miraculous catch of fish. Okay, so the total means the total of the hour, this hour that we're in is that started on 5:14 and ends on 6:21 is 38 days. Now, if you subtract the 10 days of Hezekiah, then it's 28, which is the count of days of the month, of his third month. And that's very significant because 10 days could be that repenter's 10-day window, right? And then I subtracted from that the 4 days of Lazarus, and that would be like the May 24th or whatever being the first day of repenters. Okay, so I also wanted to see the start of his 9th month was November 26th at 17 or 5:32 and 32 seconds, and the end of his 9th month was 12:26 of 23 at 16:45 and 27 seconds. Which is 29 days, 23 hours, 12 minutes, and 55 seconds. That's for his 9th month. And so I took 29 days, or I took that time between his month, his 9th month, and the time between his third hour. His third hour was 24 days, 19 hours, 46 minutes, and 9 seconds. And the difference is 5 days, 4 hours, 34 minutes, and 46 seconds, which is significant because it's like 4-5 the anchor, and 5:22 is 5:4, and then 43rd day, 5:21 could possibly be plus 5:22. 21 plus 22 is 43, and then 46 seconds. We've been getting 6:4 and 4:6 a lot as well, very significant. Oh yeah, that's what I'm sorry, I left out like the cool part, really cool part. So 5 days, 4 hours, that could be 5:22, and then 34, 3 plus 4 plus 4 plus 6 could be 8, and this year 2024 is 8 because we don't use the 0 for natural number sum. So literally that's like it's saying like that window is marking the date of 5/22 of 2024. Okay guys, I think I'm gonna go to bed, but if I get anything more or he confirms any of that, the date being a mirror, of what I was saying, that he hasn't confirmed or I haven't asked him to yet, then I will do a community post because this is my final video. I love you in Christ. God bless.